All right, I'm back to standing. I'm back to standing because I was thinking about what I'm talking about right now, and I got really frustrated, and I need to like express my frustration visually because I'm really annoyed. So I was seeing this clip a whole bunch from Klay Thompson because I believe that they got their ass kicked by the Grizzlies. Let me double check this. I don't actually know what happened in that game. I just know that I'm pretty sure that the Grizzlies won that game. I would usually know, but I was watching March Madness. I should step more into frame, as most people were. I was. Don't worry about the pasta sauce. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they won, and it doesn't seem. No, it was close going into the fourth, but either way, they won. And then Dylan Brooks was like, "Fuck off me, Klay. You a dick." And then Klay was like, "I got 4 rings. I got 4 whole rings, and you've got none rings." Dylan Brooks. Let me double check. I'm fact check. I don't care. I'm just gonna check Dylan Brooks' age real quick. Dylan Brooks is 27. That's just a little older than I thought. Dylan Brooks is on a young basketball team. That basketball team is young. They very well could win rings. Also, I don't know what was said on that court, right? I don't know what was said. But do you think Dylan Brooks went up to Klay Thompson and went, "I am a better basketball player than you are all time. Ranking our entire careers, I've had a better one." No, he didn't. He didn't say that. I can just promise you he didn't say that. I can promise you that he didn't say that. I can nearly guarantee you he said something along the lines of, "Your ass, I'm better." Right? That doesn't mean that he's like, "My career, oh my God." It's like, because, and this is so frustrating to me, because like I have seen this from the lens of Twitter replies and Twitter comments and Instagram posts and various things for a long time, where like the Bengals will like be like, "Yo, we're looking at taking home the division this year. This should be fun." And then Steelers fans are like, "We got 6 rings, y'all got none." What are you talking about? First of all, not a soul who plays for the Steelers team was there when they won any of their rings, right? Which, ooh, Jesus. It's which shouldn't even matter, because they're not talking about the past. The Bengals aren't going, "God, our franchise all time is so much better than yours. You guys are an inferior franchise." And oh my God, it's so stupid. Right? And the thing is, with the social media posts, I could kind of bounce it off as someone who is being intentionally annoying or being stupid, right? Both of which I can be like, "Lamau, you're an idiot." But Klay Thompson is going to be a Hall of Famer. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player. And this is going to influence how this is done. Him doing that is going to influence, like, what he does influences things. And him bringing up his ring count in a game where he got beat, he lost the game. And felt the need to be like, no. I got more rings, though. We got more rings over here. You don't got that many rings. Like, Jesus Christ. Because it's just not, like, when, like this year, it happened this year in the NFL, when someone would be like, "Tom Brady this year has been playing like shit. This dude fucking sucks this year." And people would be like, 7 rings, though. 7. Did you know that Tom Brady is the all-time leader in passing touchdowns? Did you know that Tom Brady is the all-time leader in passing yards? Yes. They tell us every game. And that's cool. Good for them. I get annoyed about it, but I'm sure some people are like, "That's my guy. I love him. I picked him because he won a lot, and I wanted to feel good because I wanted my guy to win a lot." But that has no effect. It doesn't matter on what is happening in front of us. And we learned that because he played in the most pitiful division I've ever seen in my fucking life. and then got smacked in the first round of the playoffs by a team whose kicker couldn't kick shit. Because it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter in the beginning. What am I saying in the beginning? Jesus. When you're judging people, right? If you are talking about all time, if we are having a conversation about who is the better player all time, Dillon Brooks or Klay Thompson, you go, Klay's got 4 rings. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 rings. And you go, Klay is better. That's how that works. When you're talking about a guy who hasn't realistically won anything in his career, and you go, this guy is an all-star, all-NBA, I think at some point, hopefully, all-defensive team, I think at some point, and a 4-time NBA champion, like a guy with records to his name, you go, he's better. That guy's better. That makes sense. Due to his accolades that he's received. However, when we are talking about what is better and what is happening right now, or when someone is just celebrating a victory, right? Like a week ago, I think, like Trae Young had like a game-winning steal and a layup that he got from Stephen Curry, right? And then Trae was like, yeah, that's me. I did that. He probably did. I'm not exactly sure if I'm being honest with you. But he probably was like, let's fucking go. We won this game of basketball. Our team is kind of in the midst of a race for seeding right now. We're really hoping that we can get a nice spot for the play-in. Are they a play-in team? Probably. I don't know. It's the Hawks. And then people were like, bro, but Curry's got 4 rings. Curry's won 2 MVPs. Curry is a Finals MVP. No one gives a fuck. Nobody cares. No one cares. Or no one should, because we're talking about what happened on the basketball court today. This doesn't matter. It's obscene to me. People's inability to look at what is happening in front of them and go, this is what's happening right now, rather than adding in these bullshit things that don't matter. In this conversation, like obviously in the wider conversation, you go, man, who's the better player all time? Stephen Curry or Trae Young? Those things I said a few minutes ago? Those mean that it's Stephen Curry, right? And even right now, to be clear, Stephen Curry's better than Trae Young right now. Today, I'm taking Steph Curry over Trae Young 10 out of 10 times, right? 10 out of 10 times, taking Steph Curry. But they just won a game of basketball. They just won a game. Let them celebrate the win and go, whoa, good steal. You made a good play to win the game on the best player on that team. Good job. Is that guy better than you all time? Yes, but you know what you did? You today got the best of him. Good job. Good job. Good for you. You've done it. We don't need to pull in rings to every single conversation. Rings, I get it, the pinnacle of the sport. That's what you want to do in every sport, but shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter that much when talking about what's happening in front of you today. In fact, I would argue with all of the things that happen, like when we're judging like awards and accolades and all these things, rings based on like a single player aren't even that important. They're not even that important. Like, if you had a finals MVP, that's important, If we're judging how you played in those finals, that's important. But let's look at Klay Thompson. What's your favorite Klay Thompson finals play? Right now. Tell me it. What's your favorite one? Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Is there one? Do we have a big one? Is there a big one? To be fair, I could be wrong. Could be dead wrong. I'm not that much of a basketball historian that I can remember like plays in games that I didn't watch because I wasn't watching games like that. I started watching basketball in like 2017, so I don't know. But like, you know how every year we get to like June, and then you see on your Instagram feed every day, it's like on this day in 2015, this guy did this thing in a basketball game in the finals, you know? Not once in my life have I seen a Klay Thompson one of those, except for one. Oh, two even. One is sad. One is not. One is funny. One is Klay laughing on the bench because he fouled out after scoring 5 points in an NBA Finals basketball game. You know what he didn't do in that game? Play well. Evidently not. He fouled out with 5 points in 25 minutes. The other one is his leg snapping in half, pretty much. That was sad. I think he was playing pretty well that game, if I recall correctly. But his leg, no good. And to be clear, I'm not making fun of it. That's sad and unfortunate. But I'm just telling you that we don't remember what Klay does. Because Klay, for 2 of the 4 championships, was at best the 3rd best player on the court. At best. At worst, he was 4th. And we want to act like he's... I hate ring culture so much. Because ring culture completely ignores context. Context is so important because context at time is lost and people forget. And you have to be able to use it for as long as people will remember. And because it matters. Because it matters. Jesus Christ. Like, when we're like, let's, for the sake of me, because I watch football, let's imagine we're grading rings, we're grading Super Bowl performances, right? Or we're grading people, we're grading NFL quarterbacks on Super Bowl performances. And again, you know me, I'm talking about Rodgers and Brady. You might not know me, I don't know. But we go, man, in Super Bowl 45, Aaron Rodgers had 3 touchdowns, like 300-something yards, no interceptions, played a fantastic game of football. And then you go, wow. Remember Tom Brady in 2001? Remember how well he played? He didn't. He didn't play well, but they both won. Or let's keep that going. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, NFC Championship game 2021. Wow, Brady won that game. He must have played better. Fuck no, you're wrong. Don't lie. Don't act like you watched that game if you're saying that Brady played better. Because you could go, wow, people who were like Rodgers didn't play great. You're not entirely wrong. Rodgers had 3 opportunities in the fourth quarter of that game with a chance to take the lead. He didn't take the lead. A lot of those were turnovers. Turnovers from who, you ask? Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, I think that's his name. It was him. He threw 3 picks in that game. Aaron Rodgers threw 1. That 1 interception was a bullshit pass interference call that lost us the game. Like, straight up lost us the game. When Tom Brady threw one of the worst receptions I've ever seen in my life. When he dropped back, the blitz was coming, and he just threw it. And it was horrible, right? Like, in the world, where he drops back and just throws it, and it's a dime, it's like, oh, my bad, dog. My bad. But he chucked it, and it was a pick. But society will look back in 10 years, or let's go in 5 years. In 5 years, when looking back, because in 5 years we're gonna be going, wow, Brady's a Hall of Famer. Let's talk about why he's a Hall of Famer. We're gonna go because he won in the AFC and he did it for like 20 years, and then he came over to the NFC and he won immediately, even beating some greats in the process. He beat Drew Brees. Did you watch that game? I watched that game. Do you remember what happened in that game? Hopefully. If you don't, here's a little reminder. Brady had 3 touchdown drives in that game that were 41-yard drives or less. You want to know why? Because Drew Brees just fell off a fucking cliff in that game. It's as if he aged up in the middle of the game. Because they started off well, and then they just fell off a cliff. He fell off a cliff. And it was crazy. And it was crazy watching that game, knowing that Brady didn't deserve shit. didn't deserve anything. But his defense played so well. The defense played so well. And then they're going to go, wow, and he even beat the great Aaron Rodgers, the reigning and defending 4-time total MVP Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game in Lambeau. But you know what we're going to do? We're going to forget the bullshit pass interference at the end of the game, the bullshit pass interference at the end of the first half, the 3 interceptions that Tom Brady threw, the injury to Aaron Jones that happened in the middle of the game at the beginning of the second half, which caused a fumble on our own 20-yard line. We're going to forget that David Bakhtiari, the best tackle in football, tore his ACL 2 weeks before the fucking game. We're going to forget all of it. We're going to forget all of it. We're going to forget... The Hall of Fame voters are going to forget Kevin King, who lost his goddamn mind in that game and lost the Packers NFC Championship game. We're going to forget all of those things, and we're just going to go, wow, Brady beat Rodgers. I can't do it. And we're going to go because Brady got the ring. Oh my God, Oh my God, I forgot. I was doing a ring culture video, and I just got mad about Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers for a minute. That's all I gotta say, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.